This is Brainy Podcasts with Soraya and Tracy Filler, inspiring creativity and innovation through evidenced neuroscience.
I was just thinking to myself after we'd had that conversation about retirement, how actually a lot of what we talk about is actually quite serious. You know, it's all about what's happening and what's happening with business and blah, 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 blah. And actually, I think there's a real opportunity for you and I to talk about the human side, the fun side, the kind of what's going on. Well, you know, you and I talk about makeup and stuff like that, which we absolutely love. I know some people do and some people don't. But there's that whole piece of life, I think, that I think we could be including, because when I go through my box that I obviously, whose name I can't mention, and look at some of the new brands in there, the innovation that's going on out there
I'll
is
mention it.
Huh?
We're not
Liberties.
the BBC. We can say whatever we like.
Okay. So my Liberties calendar, which is the most joyous, wonderful thing I've had in the world for ages, is full of just some amazing brands that I didn't know about. You know, I'm just realize how not old fashioned I've become, but I've just kind of lost touch. And the innovation going on around the packaging, the products, the naming, the all of it is just astounding. I mean, absolutely astounding. And so if you and I are interested in, well, we are, obviously we're out here about, you know, innovate or die. But I think also there's a lot of fun that you and I have that perhaps we need to inject.
I think you're right. I think we're so focused on finding something that we think the leaders will find relevant and fascinating, and hopefully something that makes them think differently and go and do something differently. That we stop the normal conversation.
Yeah.
And we have lots of those. And we are doing this as part of our semi-retirement plan. This is keeping our brains fresh. This is keeping us relevant ourselves, actually.
Yeah, and keeping us as thought leaders. We have the time to be able to do that now.
We do. It's a luxury, and we're lucky enough to have that. But actually, it doesn't pick up on the silly things that we say to each other and just how human we really are, which is stupid because obviously we're human, but just how like everybody, we make mistakes, we say stupid things, we lose track of thought, all those things. Why do we cut them out? Why don't we just leave them in there to enjoy? Some of the best podcasts that I listen to that are in that sort of entertainment space, for want of a better word, not that we have, I wouldn't want to put us there because that sort of discredits what we do. But they're the ones where they make the mistakes, show how fallible they are, and they're just having a bit of a laugh. And actually, when you and I don't have that record button on, that is exactly what we do.
Yeah.
We do it for fun.
And I've had two ideas that have come from that. One, I think these are the kind of mini shorts we could put on YouTube. You know, they don't have to be very long, but they're a bit about us. And the other thing was I was listening to reading about Ant and Dec's new podcast that they're doing. Can't remember what the title is now, but they're actually going to get people to write in with questions. And I thought, you know, what a brilliant idea. We sit here thinking about, well, what do we think the audience want to hear? And people get in touch with us, whatever. But I think it'd be a really nice idea to say, please write in and tell us what you'd like to hear about.
We have talked about that before, and we know that we want to work in 2026. It's about engagement with the people that are already liking what we're doing, and it's about building momentum on that. And it's not going to carry on. It's going to it won't die of death because we are constantly innovating and we know that's going to protect us. But I do think engagement is so important for the momentum that we've managed to create over these couple of years. We don't have fame or fortune behind us to get that being in the top 100 of podcasts. We don't have that. We don't have that leverage like Ant and Dec, but we can talk sense that people kind of go, yeah, that's me, that's how it feels, or
it's real, it's reality, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think you're right, and I think one of the promises I made, and where are we? 21st of January, and I haven't hit the record button until you said put that record button on.
Yeah.
these sort of conversations where we're just meandering through and shows how we dart off from one, where were we? We're liberties 2 minutes ago, and now we're talking about our reach and momentum and getting engagement in on the podcast. So yeah, I think when we were doing our planning for this year, I said we really should have recorded that, because that was a really good workshop of conversation that allows people to discuss ideas, ideate until they come up with something that feels absolutely spot on and is congruent with the whole direction that we're trying to, basically we're in agreement and we're kind of going, yeah, let's make that happen. And then we've got our wonderful supporters in Lou and Crystal, that without whom we just couldn't bring it to the air. So anyway, I'm waffling, which is what we do. Good idea.
I sit here patiently
That's
and
what I wanted to say.
Yep. That's us.
Does it mean that I have to come here every meeting with makeup on then?
With a one? No. We don't.
Because I haven't got any on today.
Forget that. You look lovely. You look absolutely perfect. I really can't. I'm not doing makeup every single time.
It's the filters.
You get it.
It's the filters on Zoom. I get very upset when I look in the mirror and realise that I don't look like I do on Zoom.
There's a friend of mine who's very attractive, and I sent her a text the other day saying, how do you do it? What are you using? Because I'm very into the whole collagen mask thing, everything else. And she said filters. And so I asked chat, how do we do filters on Zoom? And Zoom hasn't really got very good filters, I don't think. Not sure whether you have to do
Teams.
Well, Teams is rubbish. I mean, Teams is awful.
It's really almost like, it's a bit like Norfolk. It's 20 years behind.
Yeah.
Sorry to anyone listening from Norfolk. I live there. It's why I like it. But yeah, it's just old tech, isn't it? It really is showing its age, Microsoft. Yeah.
But I'm not sure whether with filters you're meant to do them after you add it after. I think we need to find out about this.
I don't know, but then when we start meeting people in real life, they're going to be thoroughly disappointed.
Well, this could be true. This could be true. But after I can tell you everything that's in my Liberties box, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
All the lotions and potions.
Now, can we go off on a deviation, because you sparked my interest?
Yeah.
I've started looking at LED. Paul bought me a new watch for my birthday.
Oh, lovely.
So I've got the Garmin Vivo Smart 6, the latest one.
They should be sponsoring us for you saying all of that.
Oh, well, I hope so. Please do get in touch. We want a health sponsor.
Yeah.
But apart from the fact I keep pressing all the wrong buttons and starting it as if I'm walking and I'm actually sat on the sofa. Yeah. I've got over that. I've dealt with that. But I said to him, I thought you might get me a watch. And I love it because I'm starting back with my exercise again. I'm finally out of that rehab state with the knee. And I said, the only other thing I thought you might have got me was my LED face mask.
Did you mention it to him then?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And he said, I looked, he said, and it is so confusing.
Yeah.
And you remember I said to you that the podcast I like listening to is Sliced Bread, and they did a whole episode because they have people ask a question and they base the whole episode on that inquiry. And somebody had said, look, I've been looking at them. There's some for a couple of hundred and there's some up to 1,000 plus. Are they worth it? Are the more expensive ones worth it? And I'm going to go back and re-listen to that one. I don't know if you had a chance to, but so I had a further look, and there do seem to be some pretty good ones at that lower end of the price point. And then I was watching Can You Keep a Secret with Dawn French.
Oh yeah, that new one. Yep.
And there was a scene where she put a LED face mask on and it set her face alight.
I think that might be just taking comedy a little bit too far.
Of course. It was Dawn French, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it was just silly. It's just a silly program.
No, the one that I looked at was a face one and it had a neck.
Yes, I saw those, which I thought was really good because we always forget about our.
Yeah.
They call it
décolletage. Yeah.
Décolletage. Yeah, it's French, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 I think it was décolletage, but anyway, yeah. Okay, thank you for the correction. So yes, I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. So I think, well, maybe what we should do is, I can't remember the name of the one that I liked, but my beautician, when I was getting my nails done, said that you should look at one called Shark. There is a
Seen that
make called
one?
Shark. Yeah.
That one came up because the Telegraph did a top 10, and I like the tech. I just ordered some new weighing scales from the Telegraph. They do a lot of reviews of products.
And which weighing scales did you get? So the one that I saw was called Elegance LED Mask, and it's 250.
Yeah, that's the one I looked at.
Yeah, okay.
And I also saw the Shark one.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why, although I did have to buy 2 new pairs of glasses yesterday at the optician, so that was a bit depressing. I might have to leave it till next month.
Oh, well, I have my tax bill, so
yeah. I paid my tax bill. I've already done that, just because it stresses me out leaving it till the deadline. So yeah, we are good girls. I reckon this will be a good taster of maybe we put it in just as it is, no editing, and just ask people, do you like listening to us ramble on about nothing?
Yeah. And what questions do you want to ask?
And has it provoked,
year ahead of us?
Has it provoked anything different that you'd like to hear from us? We know that the people that do get in touch already are always saying we want you to do more of just you and Soraya talking. Yeah. So that's what's given us the idea to start recording these things. But I think, and also the fact that we're going onto YouTube, we're really making a bit more of YouTube this year. So I think we'll put this on as is, and Substack. We'll get the titles up on it and everything, and then just get in touch with us on our website, so that we want that engagement to start now, and start with questions, because we know it all starts with the question you ask your brain. So please ask our brains something that we can get our teeth into. Yeah.
I mean, we've got a great line out of really good guests coming up, but I want to do something that people might be itching to ask the question about, and they're like, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to ask. So that's what we want to hear.
And I think maybe this is the frivolous side, or something like that we call it. Brainy Podcast, the frivolous side.
Well, it's the healthy side for your brain, the socializing and the curiosity, and the
Brainy Podcast Social. Maybe that's what it is. It's our social. Brainy Podcast Social. There it was born. Ideation in progress. Done. So unless you've got a better idea, anyone that's listening to this or watching us without our makeup on today, because we weren't really going to press the record button. So
but don't we look fabulous?
Not bad, considering I've had another birthday.
Yeah. So, good.
Right. Let's stop that record button. I think that's
anyway, please. I really enjoyed doing this. We've got to do it again.
Yeah, I think we should start every meeting with a little ramble.
Yeah. Okay.
Enjoyed this episode? Listen to more at brainycasts.com.